That's the thing, they don't talk about this. They don't talk about this. Everyone, welcome to another episode of Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Hazel Tariro. If you haven't done so already, please do click on that subscribe button and do share this video so other people can gain some wisdom. Yeah, and do leave a comment in the description, not in the description box, but leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about the topic that we're going to discuss today. Today we're going to be talking about the art of saying no. Very important word. No is just as powerful as saying yes. But before we get into it, we're going to start with the Proverbs of the day, which is in Matthew chapter 5 verse 37, which reads, "But let your yes be yes and your no, no. For whatever is more than these is from the evil one." I believe saying no is so important because there is a lot of situations that you can avoid just by saying no. It's important to have boundaries in life. It's important to know when to say no to people. And saying no to people is not only saying no in situations where you know, okay, you're sinning or this is wrong, this is bad, but it can even be saying no to something that is good, so to speak. It's good, but it just might not be good for you, or it's right, but it just may not be right for you. You know, when I was younger, I used to find it so easy to say no. So easy to say no to people, especially when I was in Zimbabwe. And Zimbabweans are very blunt people. We just cut to the chase. So when I was younger, if I didn't want to do something, I would say no. If I didn't like you, you would know it. You know, I was very blunt and very honest. But coming to this country, things kind of changed a little bit. Things kind of shifted. It's like people used to say, oh, you know, Hazel, you're mean, because I was honest. I was just too honest for their liking. If I didn't want to play with you, no. And I'll just walk away and I'll let you know I don't like you, you know. But here people are a bit more, how can I say it? You know, they like to sugarcoat it. Like, people do tend to pretend to like someone that they don't like just so that they can look good, in a sense. I've ended up kind of falling into that system as well of people pleasing, in a sense, and just being less blunt and just being more accommodating. And it was just, you know, so that, you know, people won't reject me in a way, because I started realizing the more I was honest and the more I would be like, no, and, you know, people would kind of reject me in a sense. And I realized, okay, no, I don't want to be rejected. So let me just try and please people. And then I found myself in a lot of situations that could have been easily avoided had I just said no, had I just stood my ground. And that's what I've been learning. That saying no is so important. It's so important to stand your ground. It's so important to put in place boundaries for people in your lives, and even people that are just coming in and out of your lives. It's important to protect yourself. And I'll give you an example. So back when I was in school, I used to go to London a lot to art galleries. And I remember there was this one time I was in London, on Tower Bridge, and because, you know, Tower Bridge is that part, central London is very touristy and there's a lot of tourists, so you'll be asked to take photos of them. Well, now because of Corona things have changed, but back then tourists can stop you and be like, hey, can you please take a photo of me, you know, if they're in a group or even if it's just that individual. So there's been a time where a gentleman came up to me and he was like, oh, can you please take a photo of me using his camera? And I did, and I was like, okay, fine, that's cool. And he was like,
oh, you're very beautiful, can I take a photo with you and post it on Facebook?
I was like, no. So I gave him back his camera and ran and did not look back. And you know, situations like that, God knows what that guy could have done with that photo. Do you get what I mean? And I just felt so uncomfortable and just But there were times where I were in situations where I struggled to say no, and it caused me to end up in situations that could have been easily avoided had I just said no. And that's my point for today. Learn to say no, learn to put in place boundaries, because people can take advantage of you if you just keep on saying yes, yes, yes. If it's something that you don't feel at peace about, you feel uncomfortable and you don't feel at ease, it's okay to say no. Growing up with the African culture of like respecting your elders, and I'm sure not only Zimbabweans do this, but a lot of Africans do this, where you know, we respect people that are older than us, which is great. So, you know, saying no to adults, you kind of feel like you're disrespecting them. But when your environment's like, you know, the workplace, there are some adults that they just have the wrong intentions and the wrong motives, and they just want to walk all over you. That's the thing, they don't talk about this. They don't talk about this. We don't get taught to say no. We just get told respect. And sometimes I feel like people end up thinking respect is always saying yes and not putting in place boundaries just because they're older than you. But respect is also respectively saying no. You can still respect someone and say no and put in boundaries. Some people that are older than us, they do want to take advantage of us, and it could cause us harm mentally, physically, spiritually. And that's why it's important to learn to override culture with your morals, your values, and what feels comfortable to you. And I'm not saying disrespect people. I'm not saying disrespect people that are older than you. Respect adults, but there are times where you need to even stand your ground. You know, culture is great, don't get me wrong, but when it starts to compromise your faith, your values, and your belief in Christ as a Christian, that's when we need to kind of override culture with our faith. Because above our culture, above our race, above everything, we need to put our faith in Christ as number one. But anyway, I hope you learned something from today. I don't want to make this video too long. Let me know what you think in the comment box below, and follow me on my Instagram page. I'll link all the links in the description box below, and yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.